This morning, I'm scrolling through social media, minding my business, and I see this question pops up. It asks, is there such thing as an alpha female? And I had to sit on that for some time, because on the surface, it seems like a simple question. Yes, no, right, maybe so. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized this question is way deeper than people think. Because we're not really asking if alpha females exist. We know they exist. We see them every day. We might be them. What we're really asking is, where does this come from? Why are so many women, especially Black women, walking around in full armor mode 24/7? And more importantly, is it serving us or is it surviving us? So today, we're going to get into it. And I want to warn you now, some of you are going to love this. Some of you are going to have a whole problem with it. And that's okay. Because if this doesn't make you think, if it doesn't challenge you a little bit, then I'm not doing my job. So let's talk about it. So first, let's break down what we even know when they say alpha females. The term alpha comes from men, alpha male. It's about dominance, leadership, being at the top of the hierarchy. And at some point, we took that masculine framework and put it on a woman. So when people say alpha female, they usually mean a woman who's strong, independent, doesn't need a man, handles her business, see take charge, a leader, doesn't follow, doesn't fit, doesn't submit, she gets her things. And look, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because it does. You see it in nature. Hyenas, for instance, ran by females, lion prides. The lions do the hunting, the protecting, the providing, while the male lion might have the mane, but sisters doing the work. You see it in human societies too. Matriarchal villages and communities where women are the leaders, decision makers, and the backbone of everything. So yeah, there is such thing as an alpha female. Women can lead, can be strong, take charge. But here's where it gets tricky for us, especially for Black women, especially for women of color, because for a lot of us, being alpha wasn't a choice we made because we wanted power. It was a survival mechanism we prepared or developed because we had no other option. Let me paint the picture a little bit more. You grew up watching your mom run the household, your grandmother help the family together, your aunties were the ones making decisions, handling the money, fixing the problems, even when there were men around. Good men, present men. The woman was still running things. That's how it was. And when your dad, your uncles, your brothers, they put you something too. There was like, baby, gotta be strong. I know you heard that term now. Come on. Don't let nobody run over you. Be vigilant. Check yourself. Don't be out there looking weak. Tell me if you never heard those terms before. So you leaned in, you learned from both sides. Women taught you how to carry the weight, men taught you how to guard yourself. And then life does happen. Maybe you trusted someone and they broke you. Maybe you was passive, vulnerable, soft. Someone took advantage of that. Maybe you experienced trauma, abuse, neglect. Maybe you were betrayed. The world taught you that being gentle meant being a target. And so you built walls. You took control. You became the woman who doesn't need anybody, who doesn't rely on anybody, who doesn't let anybody in. You became alpha. And honestly, it probably saved you. It gave you your power back. It made you feel safe. It made you feel in control when everything else felt chaotic. Here's a question nobody asks. Now that you're safe, can you rest? Why are you still in survival mode? Because here's what happens when you live in the alpha mode. You become exhausted. You can't turn that off. Even when you want to relax, even when you're supposed to be at peace, you're still on guard, scanning for threats, ready to fight. Your relationship suffers because you don't know how to not let to be in control. You don't know how to let someone else lead. You don't even know how to be soft without feeling like you're going to give up your power. So in contrast to power and struggle with your partner, with friends, families, Everybody gotta do it your way, because if they don't, you don't feel safe. You don't feel in control. You feel unsafe. And let's not get it. I really, really do. Because when you've been hurt and you've been let down, but you got to pick up the pieces by yourself over and over again, trusting someone else holds your feels. You feel terrible. You feel terrifying. You think if I let my guard down, I'll go back to that woman who got hurt. And I promised myself a long time ago I would never be her again. But here's the hard truth you have to face. You can't not heal what you're still protecting. And sometimes what starts as a self-protection becomes its own kind of prison. The alpha behavior that saved you also can keep you very isolated. It keeps you from receiving love, keeps you from being vulnerable, from experiencing the soft and peaceful that you actually deserve. And for some women, I say this with care because I work with women every single day who are navigating this. Somebody need that control crosses a line. It become manipulation. It become emotional abuse. Not because you're a bad person, because trauma taught you that control equals safety. And we have to be honest about that too. So here's what I need you to hear today. You could be strong and soft. You could be a leader and know when to lead. You could protect yourself and let people in. You don't have to choose between powerful and being peaceful. Real power isn't all about having options. It's about choosing when to lead and when to rest, when to fight and when to surrender. How you're supposed to stand firm and when to be flexible. You're not beta, because you're soft. You're not weak because you ask for help. And you're not less than because you let someone love you. You're whole. And I know some of you are thinking, but Lakenya, now you don't understand. You don't understand. I have to be this way because if I'm not, people will take advantage of me. I'm not saying be naive. What I'm saying is your past shape you. But if you can define your future, the woman you had to become to survive, honor her. Thank her. She got you here. But ask yourself, is she still serving you? Or are you just tired? And for the men who might be listening to this, because I know some of you are trying to understand the woman in your life, and thank you for that. This is important for you too. When you encounter a woman who seems too strong, too independent, too much, understand that she might not be trying to compete with you. She might be just trying to protect herself. It's not even about you sometimes. Ask about what she's been through. Your job isn't to break her down. Your job is to show her consistently to be safe, be trustworthy, and give her space to choose softness when she's ready. So back to the original question. Is there such thing as an alpha female? Yes, absolutely. But the real question is, are you choosing it or is it choosing you? Are you leading from a place of power and purpose or are you protecting yourself from pain? Are you strong because that's who you are or because of who you had to become? And either way, whatever your answer is, you deserve to feel safe enough to rest. You deserve relationships where you don't have to fight all the time. You deserve peace, softness, to be held. You don't have to carry it all alone anymore, sis. That's what I want you to walk away with today.